Alright fellow preppers, it's time for your essential weekly threat briefing. The world's been anything but quiet since July 4th, so let's get straight into the details that matter most for your preparedness. First, let's zoom in on the Middle East. Since July 4th, Israel has been launching airstrikes on Houthi targets in Yemen. This is in direct response to Houthi missile attacks, and it's not just a distant headline. Just days ago, Houthi forces sank a commercial ship, the Eternity Sea, in the Red Sea, with multiple fatalities and missing crew. What does that mean for me and you? Well, that's a direct threat to global shipping lanes. If the Strait of Hormuz gets shut down, you'd better believe it's going to hit energy supplies and the goods you see on your local shelves. Meanwhile, over in Europe, the Russia-Ukraine conflict is anything but winding down. Russia just unleashed the single largest drone attack of the war, 728 drones all in one assault. The point? To grind down Ukrainian infrastructure, but the impact goes way beyond Ukraine. Think about the ripple effects for European stability, and those ever-volatile energy markets that can impact us all. Elsewhere, Myanmar is seeing resistance groups make big moves, threatening new territories. That could spark more regional instability. Sudan's conflict rumbles on too, worth watching if you track global refugee flows or aid disruptions. Now let's talk about what's happening closer to home. This July 4th, while fireworks were lighting up the sky, President Trump signed a major policy bill. The highlights? Tighter Medicaid requirements, new rules for food stamps, and changed tax credits. Some hail it as reform, others are hitting the streets. Over 260 Free America protests popped up nationwide, mainly targeting the administration's immigration and healthcare policies. In Los Angeles, several Latino-majority neighborhoods canceled their usual parades due to active immigration raids. That's a real sign of social tension, stuff that can escalate fast. On the economic front, things aren't getting easier. The US dollar is looking weaker, especially compared to the euro, and a lot of that's tied to rising oil prices, thanks to Middle East tension. The US just slapped new tariffs on Southeast Asia. What's that mean? Expect higher prices, maybe even stagflation, high inflation paired with weak demand. If you're seeing your grocery bill climb, this is why. Even China's feeling the strain, with economic growth slowing as tariffs bite. Let's not forget Mother Nature. Japan just got hammered by historic rainfall, widespread flooding in Tokyo. In Texas, 27 campers tragically lost their lives after flash floods. And in New Jersey, severe storms and a tornado killed at least 3 on the 4th. In Mexico, there's a seismic swarm in the Michoacan-Guanajuato volcanic field, something to monitor if you're in the region. And on July 8th, a solar flare erupted, risking communications and power grids. So, what's the takeaway for preppers? Here's my list. Double-check your backup power and communication plans, especially with solar activity in play. Strengthen your food and water reserves. Supply chains are anything but stable. Stay aware of your local community dynamics. Social unrest can bubble up fast. And most importantly, keep filtering the noise. Focus on actionable intelligence that helps you stay ahead. Complacency isn't an option. If this update has given you an edge, hit like, subscribe, and let's keep building a resilient community. Drop your questions and preparedness tips in the comments. I'm always learning from you too. Stay sharp, stay ready, and I'll see you on the next briefing.